Hello friends, welcome to HR Garden. This is the second part of video. In first part, I have talked about grow and care of sleeper orchid. In today's video, I am going to give fertilizer to my sleeper orchid and going to report one of my orchid. Friends, it's a month of September and now I need to fertilize my sleeper orchid. Now you can see in the second plant which bloomed last year, the leaves has dried up and I have not removed the flower stalk, so I'm going to remove all the dried up leaves and I'm going to fertilize it properly today. September fertilization is very important for this plant as I only fertilize this plant twice in a year. So now this fertilization will help this plant to bloom properly and it will supply all the nutrients to this plant. It seems this plant is lacking the nutrients. And now for fertilizing this orchid, I have taken 2 spoons of fungicide, 1 spoon of Epsom salt, 1 spoon of seaweed, 4 spoons of neem cake powder and 4 spoons of bone meal for fertilizing my 2 sleeper orchid. Now before fertilizing, I am going to remove this leaves which has dried up. Now I am going to remove this wooden mulch from the top of this pot. Now I am going to loosen this top soil gently so that its root does not get disturbed. I am going to give the fertilizer out here only at the side of this pot and middle. I have just covered this with a same potting soil like this. This is leaf mold. I'll just take this much of leaf mold. Now I am going to add all this fertilizer in this leaf mold and going to mix it properly. Everything. I am not going to just apply the fertilizer directly. So I have mixed all the fertilizer with this leaf mold. Now half I am going to give this to my one plant and other half to another plant. I am giving this fertilizer at the side now like this all over this. So I have given the fertilizer to this plant. Now I am going to cover this with a thin layer of its original potting mixture. Now friends, I am going to repot this in this 4.5 inch pot. I have made a lot of draining hole out here and in this potting mixture I have mixed all the fertilizer also. So in this mixture I am going to repot this plant. I am going to take this orchid from this poly bag slowly. You can see its root. So it is very well developed. I am not going to disturb this too much because now very soon it's going to bloom. I filled some part of the pot and I placed the plant in the center. Now I am going to fill the rest of the pot and I have to make sure that all the roots are inside the soil. When this plant is not blooming, its leaves are so beautiful that it can be kept as an ornamental house plant, and best thing is it survives indoor very easily with a little bit of moisture maintained. Now friends, I have finished repotting and fertilizing. At the same time I am going to water it thoroughly. After repotting, when you water, whether you water in same day or after few days, you need to water it thoroughly so that the water comes out of the draining hole. So you can see my potting mixture is so well draining that the water is coming out of the drainage hole. I'm going to water my other plant also, but not like this. In this plant I'm just going to spray the water. Lots of dirt deposited on leaves, so I'm going to spray water on leaves also. This is it for today, friends. Take care of yourself, keep gardening, like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching HR Gardening.